Yeah, the first comment is we beat a really good team today. That's a team that, since they beat us up at Western, has been playing at a high level. They've lost a couple games, but they've been kind of overtime situations. So feel really good about that. The combination of securing at least a share of the conference championship and sending Robert Brown out the right way and ending the conference season at home anyway with a win, all those things combined make today truly special, and awfully excited for the team, and the crowd was fantastic as always.
Coach, out there you said you don't want to share this thing. What's the message to the team? Got to get those last 2 games. Yeah, I mean, we got to go down to Florida, where we haven't had success in my last 2 years, and play well down there. And the idea is that this is a journey. It's not the destination like the quote says. It's not over today. This is just one step in the process, and we go down to Florida. That's the next step in the process, and we are looking ahead all year to the Legacy Arena and trying to compete for a conference tournament championship later. But other than that, our focus has been the next game, the next practice, until we can claim victory of a conference championship without sharing it. We're not going to cut any nets down. And jumping a little bit ahead, how important is that #1 seed for this tournament?
Yeah, the #1 seed I think is great, and the big challenge is getting people at noon. You have a great excuse on Thursday the 10th to come out and cheer for the Blazers. But it is a big deal to have the #1 seed, but the biggest deal is when you get there, you got to play no matter what seed it is. But we're certainly excited about it.
Obviously, with the home win streak and the way you guys have played at home, you obviously played quite well here. With that in mind, how important is it for you guys going forward into the postseason to have your last 2 home games like this, where conference opponents come in and play you guys tough and force you guys to execute?
Well, it's good. You know, I still consider us a fairly young team. Next year I probably can't say that. We only have 1 senior on this team, but I consider us a very experienced team. For everything we've been through last year, we've been in so many close games this year. And all those experiences you can apply on the court, you know, the last 4 minutes when it's a close game. And today we made some mistakes. But what we're going to do is learn from those experiences and hopefully apply those later. But all of those things combined are hopefully going to help us in the conference tournament. But bottom line is, I mean, you saw these last 2 home games. They're nail biters, and we're going to have to play great once that time comes around.
Coach, the way this team has closed out those close games, Robert Brown described it as there's just a calmness for this team on the court in those scenarios. Is that the way you would describe it?
Yeah, it's a great way of describing it. It drives me crazy sometimes, because sometimes I want to yell and scream at him. I do yell and scream at him, and I just kind of like get this blank stare back saying, Coach, we're good. We got this. We're going to figure this out. So there's a great deal of a positive tone would be there's a great deal of maturity on the bench, not from me, but from them. And so that's a good thing. And again, I think the experiences we've had over the last couple of years have got us to that point.
And how different is that from last year? Because like you said, last year it seemed like things weren't falling in your favor in a lot of these close games. This year a little different.
Yeah, and I think everybody, you know, they've been through each situation, whether it's pressure free throws, whether it's getting defensive stops or a defensive rebound. And we are not playing perfect by any means. But I think those experiences have helped us grow. And it's the core of the team has been around for 2 years now. And so that core of those guys have been through so many things in these 2 years. And hopefully as we make the final stretch here, those are going to continue to help us grow.
What's Robert Brown meant to you?
He's meant a ton. I mean, he and his family put the confidence in me and the staff to do what's best for him. And maybe the best compliment that I can take is when his dad says, you did everything you said you would do. And I didn't really promise him anything other than we'd care about him. We'd do everything we can academically. We could do everything we can on the basketball floor. We'd do everything to help him grow as a person. But he came up and told me that, again, I was a man of my word. And I think Robert's leaving here when this season is over and the school year is over in a good position for the rest of his life.
Were you worried he might foul out there on senior day in this game?
There were some concerns. He usually has enough savvy and puts himself in positions where he doesn't get in foul trouble and then doesn't stay in foul trouble. But he certainly had those issues today.
Is it fair or unfair to say it's a bit of a luxury when Tosin gets going for you guys? Because I mean, it seems like when he's going and playing with energy, guys literally seem to feed on.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys, and I kind of could say that for a few guys, but when Tosin's playing at a high level, this team kind of goes to another level. But you also could say that with Dirk last game. But when Tosin's inside, especially on the offensive end, getting offensive rebounds and putbacks, it does add another element to our team because, you know, Chris Coakley is awfully good in the interior scoring. And outside of that, today Lewis was, but Tosin was as well. But if you start getting multiple guys as threats inside, now it even opens up more on the outside. But today he was huge.
I mean, you kind of alluded to it there. Like it seems like we talk about it every you get it from the microphone, that different guys seems to step up each time. You mentioned Dirk, you mentioned Tosin. Just to be that, as a coach, do you have any inclination when each guy's going to step up at certain times?
No, you really don't. You don't know who's going to play well that day. If you look at the stat sheet, it's kind of ho-hum. Nobody blows you out of the water with all their points or all their assists. But at the end of the day, it's an awfully happy locker room because it is about the team success, and the guys are sure bought into that.
Lewis had some big buckets in the first half for you, or he pretty much had times in the second half as well. How key was his performance tonight, especially when you guys are down early and you kind of have you guys come back in?
Yeah, Lou was awfully important to us today. His energy has been consistent all year, and his minutes have fluctuated up and down a little bit, but his energy's been great always. But then when he adds that element on the offensive end, it's really good. He dives as hard as any of our bigs. When he gets that low post position, he can be awfully effective. So he was a big spark for us, especially in that first half.